When I arrived in Boracay, I wasn't just looking for white and sand beaches. I wanted to explore the hidden world beneath the waves. What I found was breathtaking, as you can see here in the videos. What are even those creatures, right? And yeah, colorful coral reefs, exotic fishes darting through the water. Seriously, guys, apart from Nemo fish, which is super popular, I never seen something like that in my life. Wow. And finally, here I am swimming all alone, of course, with the trainer next to me, for the first time in my life with the air tank that I've been able to set up all alone for myself, just thanks to the wonderful training that the scuba diver boss and his assistant were doing a wonderful and incredible job to teach me in a very short time how to make it. And yeah, guys, stick around this video because guess what? I will be showing you exactly how I did it. Welcome to Boracay. Look how stunning is the water. Breathtaking. And yeah, here I am at the Boracay Paddy Diving Center, and after being aware about some regulations that I have to sign, right away we were being able to just start with the first training section. It's super fascinating, at the same time very important to be aware and acknowledge about the safety rules. Because guys, when you are underwater, you have no way out unless reach the surface as soon as possible. No jokes, guys. Anyways, after all the explanations, Peter will be testing you in order to verify if you truly got it or not. When in doubt, just ask. No shame at all. I have so much patience because I don't have patience with myself, imagine. So, okay, now it's time. You are a professional diver as well? Not yet, but on the way, let's say. Okay. But you know everything, all the configuration, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have to check the date on the bottle, right? And it's 11 November 2024. Then I have to open it up a bit here to check the smell. Yeah, the smell of the air, it's good, correct. Then I would love to, I can turn like this. Oh, wait a sec. I have to do like this. I want to put this. Always a bit up compared to the stainless steel. Okay. Then, in order to, I have
Take out the strike first.
Okay, take off. Okay, I take off, I tighten, and then up this in the middle. Then you put it and you close it and you seal it like this.
Okay.
It's tightened. 14 kilos. Then I would love to place this one, or I have to. Okay. I will just turn. Alright. Can I inflate or it's too early?
You need to put the regulator first.
Okay.
Grab your regulator and then put your name.
This one.
I want to go for that.
So.
Okay. Very good.
extract the pressure in here.
Then you need to wait as well. You need 8 after you
I have to
follow
open
me.
more
Yeah.
until the
Till
end.
end. Then take it back.
This is the end button. Okay. Check the pressure. The pressure is 170, 180. It's okay because never should be 150, always more. I would love to inflate.
Then you inflate the first this one.
Yeah, good.
Yes.
Release a bit
Yeah.
to inflate it.
Inflate. There. Inflate. Inflate here. Then
No, like this is too. And here I am after 1 hour of full lunch, chilling in this beautiful paradise, white sand beaches, tall palms, and mango juice in my hand. What else can I ask for better? Doesn't exist, come on guys. But guess what? Yeah, I'm ready to just go swim 10 meters underwater with the air full tank, full of super energy as well, because guess what? It will be literally a section of 30 minutes each, and I'm super ready. And here are our gears, name a better duo, DJI and GoPro.